Aloha, everyone. This morning we are blessed to have in our presence two people who are beautiful beings of light throughout this world. They are blessing us here this morning, and I am happy to announce Reverend David McClure has been a Unity minister for 54 years. He has served ministries in Canada, Australia, and the U.S. He was a minister of this church from 1983 to 1991 and also served at Unity Windward from 2003 to 2009. I've always got this memorized. This year, he was recognized for his contribution to the Unity movement with the presentation of the coveted Charles Fillmore Award at the annual Unity People's Convention. This award acknowledges David's dynamic and pioneering leadership and his visionary consciousness that raises the awareness of unity in the world in positive, meaningful ways. He still teaches classes, is writing a book, and is now an adjunct instructor for Unity Worldwide Ministries.
Fragrant with the breath of Hala and Lehua, this is a sight that we have long looked forward to, that makes us look with eagerness to see you. And now that you are here, Reverend David, Reverend Donna, now that you are here, love comes with you. Love is here. We say aloha, welcome, thank you for your love. O nau nai ka hala me ka lehua, e hale lehua no ia nakanoi. O ka uno ia e ano i nei e ali a nei hoi o ka hiki mai. A hiki mai no o lua, a hiki pu no me ke aloha. Aloha 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 Greetings, dear, good people, Reverend, both of you. Aloha.
Well, that's it for today, folks. Thank you, Kalpana. Thank you so much. That's what we're here for this morning. 53 years ago, almost today, I left the shores of British Columbia, Vancouver Island, on a small freighter bound for Sydney, Australia. And after going through a hurricane, we arrived several miles off the coast of Honolulu. And the seas calmed and got still, and pretty soon it was like glass out there on the ocean. And we all slept out under the stars that night. And I could see the lights of Honolulu off in the distance. And I swear I could smell the pikaki and the plumeria. And finally we docked in Honolulu, and I was met by Phil and Dorothy Pearson, who are renowned as the ones who found this property and who helped us to create this amazing environment that we call Unity Church of Hawaii. And they took me on a tour of the campus up here, and I vowed at that time, someday I'm coming back to this place and I'm going to be the minister here. And I was. This is my church. It's your church, but it's mine as well. My energy is here, Donna. Her energy is here. And so many happy things have happened to us in the 8 years that we spent here in this sanctuary, in this chapel. So much laughter, many tears, fabulous music that we've always had. And thank you, Kathy, wherever you are back there. We had showstoppers like Kathy who came and performed every Sunday for us. Sometimes they left their gig in Waikiki and drove over here and slept in their car overnight and then came in. Because we had 3 services back then, too. So we have many great memories of this place. We had a few membership meetings here, too, that weren't always fun and games. I understand you're having one this afternoon. And our prayers, and it's going to be a good one. It's in divine order. Absolutely is. You know, there's that old soap opera, As the Church Turns. And it always does. Shift happens. I want to talk to you about enlightenment today. But first, I've got to give you a test to find out how enlightened you are today. Somebody is already taking the test. I can hear it. So here's the test. Here's the first question. Can you live without caffeine? Can you be cheerful with a frog in your throat? Donna used to do this when we were here before. Can you be cheerful and happy even when you have aches and pains? Can you go a whole day without complaining? If someone that you really love and you really honor doesn't have the time of day for you and sort of ignores you, can you be okay with that? Can you love unconditionally without any conditions? Well, if you can do all those things, then you're about equal with your dog. So if you're up to there, you're pretty enlightened. Okay, you remember the saying, before enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. So what's the difference? Same activity, same function, same thing going on. What's the difference? The question is, who is it that's chopping the wood and carrying the water? Because something has to change, something has to shift before enlightenment and after it. What frame of mind are you in as you chop that wood? What frame of mind are you in as you're carrying water? Chopping wood and carrying water are like what we do every day. We get up, we get dressed, we brush our teeth, we go out and do whatever we're going to do. And we come to church, we function at church in some way, we we live our daily lives. That is chopping wood and carrying water. And we all do it every day. So the difference is enlightenment. Now, what is enlightenment anyway? And how does it help us to chop wood better than we were before and carry water more beautifully than we ever did before? Well, the difference is not to be found in having gone to a guru who has taught us where enlightenment is. You know, one of my favorite ways of spelling guru is G-U-R-U. And isn't that the truth? Aren't you the guru of your life? I don't know if you've been up to the sacred mountain to hear the message, but the guru up there says, you are the one you have been looking for. You always have been. And I'm not used to doing 3 services, am I? No. That's all right. Give me another slurp. Thank you. Oh, here's another question of enlightenment. Can you relax without a Mai Tai? Or a drink of water, as the case may be. Contrary to what people may believe, enlightenment is not a peak spiritual experience. It is not something you get or find or acquire. You don't need a priest or a rabbi or a kahuna or a shaman to intercede with universal intelligence in order for you to be enlightened. You came here fully equipped and fully filled with the light of the universe. You don't need a special technique or posture or practice. You don't need to chant certain things. All you need is to be who you are, who you came here to be. Now, many of us have sought enlightenment in a number of different places. Some of you have sought it here, in this very place. Some of you, when I was here, came and thought, oh, he's going to enlighten us. Sock it to us, Dave, we're ready. And then there was John Strickland, and then there was Sky and Reverend Jack, and then there's whoever else is going to be coming down the road to be a part of you. All of us have known something that you already know, and that is that we cannot provide enlightenment for you. We never have and we never will. You've known that. Maybe you forgot it. Maybe you've kind of looked out of the corner of your eye hoping that we might slip some in on you. But we didn't. Because we knew that you are the one you have been looking for. And that's who you will find here. That's all you will find here, is the you that you have been looking for. Before David McClure and chop wood and carry water. After David McClure, chop wood and carry water. Before this gentleman over here, Levitt. And after him, well, maybe not after him. I don't know about that. Well, let's see. The church is going to go on. Your life is going to go on. Tomorrow morning, you're going to have to get up and brush your teeth again. You're going to have to get up and walk the dog, this enlightened dog that you own. You're going to have to do whatever it is you do. You're going to have to do the washing and clean the cat sand and, do whatever else you do. But if you come from a place of enlightenment, if you come from the awareness that enlightenment is yours, always has been, it will make a difference in what you do tomorrow. And it will make a difference in this church as it goes on down the road. Because you're the ones who make it happen here. You're the ones who chop the wood and carry the water of this church. You are the volunteers, the ones who have said, count me in, the ones who have accepted ownership. You're not just taking up a seat and receiving. You are actually owning this ministry. It's yours. It's mine. We own it together. And if it's going to work, it's going to be up to each one of us to make it work. And we can make it work if we're enlightened enough to know that we can see the light in each other. You know, Tracy was talking about seeing. I see you, and it's great to be seen. Remember that movie, The Blue People? I can't think of it. Avatar. Yes, Avatar, and I see you. That's what an enlightened person does. They see the light in themselves, and then they see it in another. My dad always used to say, it takes one to know one. So if it's in you, then it's in everyone. And seeing it is how we grow a church. It's how we grow a life. It's how we grow a relationship. It's how we grow a beautiful state like Hawaii. We see the light in each other, no matter what our color, creed. And that's another thing your dog knows that you may not know, is it doesn't matter what color or creed or life gender you are, or what's going on, or if you're Democrat or Republican or independent. Dog could care less. Dog loves you anyway. And that's the enlightened one who can do that with no judgments. We all have probably heard, and I've told this story several times in here over the years, about a man who's walking along and he falls off a cliff. And he's going down and it's way down, and he catches on a limb and he holds on to the limb. And he is holding on for dear life. And he goes, "Help!" And all of a sudden he looks up and there's a voice from above that says, "Hello." And he says, "Can you help me? I'm falling and it's way down there and I'm going to die if you don't help me." And this voice from above says, "Don't worry, my son. I'm here. I am God. I will save you. All you have to do is let go." And the man looks up, looks down, and says, "Is there anyone else up there?" Well, let me let you in on a little secret. There is nobody else up there, or over there, or out there. You are the one. You are the one who we have been looking for. You have been looking for. You are the one who carries the power to save your life, your church, your relationship, whatever it may be. That is the very essence of who you are. You are the one. So the good news is that you lack nothing. I've always been a bearer of good news, so I bring that to you. You lack nothing. You have it all within you. You have the power. You have the same spark that Jesus and Buddha and Muhammad and Sky and Reverend Jack and I don't care who else you name. You have the power. That's the good news. There's also some bad news. And that is, there's nothing special about you. There's nothing special about you. Nothing special about this church. It's just another church on a corner in a town. None of us have any exclusive right or claim to the light. None of us is more enlightened than anyone else. But you know, that's the good news. That's the good news, that we don't have to count on Levitt to make this thing happen, or Lethea, or whoever is next in line to come in and bless this church. We can count on each other because we know where the light is and where it comes from. And it's all good. Now, some of you have been very good at hiding your light under a bushel, as Jesus said. Moi? No, I'm just here, I'm just a spectator. I'm just sitting around. I have nothing else to do on Sunday morning, so I wander over to Unity and mess around a little bit with the people there. Not any longer. You've heard the good news. You are the one. You have been given the charge. You have been given the responsibility of being all that you came here to be. And that's who you are. There was a wise woman who was traveling in the mountains, and there she found a very precious stone. And the next day she met a traveler on the road, and the traveler was hungry, and so the wise woman offered her food. And as this man was eating her food, he noticed this precious stone that she had, and he said, I would like that stone. It is so beautiful. And the woman said, sure, here it is. Take it. And so the woman left, and the man took his precious stone, and he thought, wow, this is worth a lot of money, and I can buy a lot of food for this, and this is fantastic. But the next day, the man was back with the woman again. He met her again, and he said, here, I want to give you your stone back. And she said, what do you mean? You're giving me my stone back? I gave it to you freely. The man said, I know. There's something even more precious than this stone. I want to know what it was in you that gave this stone so freely to me. I want that. That's what I want. And I want to know what it is in me that would empower me to do that. And I want to know what's in you that would empower you, enable you, enlighten you to chop wood and carry water like nothing you've ever done before. Because that's why you're here. I can hardly wait to see the good that's coming for this ministry. Thanks for inviting me here this morning. God bless.